Christians are smarter than atheists. I know that the young Turks are saying that atheists are smarter. But let me put it this way. They're saying that atheism and they're talking about Christianity and they're talking about those who are religious. Even atheists are religious. Because you're either, serving God or serving Satan. And so the atheists are religious too, but how can Satanists be smarter than the Godists, or the Christians? And this is something that the young Turks now have to figure out. Because today, how would you know those who are the Christians that are smarter than the atheists? The media is controlled by these secret societies and Satan, in other words, and they're not going to give a Christian a play. And they will assume because a Christian doesn't believe in evolution and some of these other so-called bogus sciences, that science concepts, that they're not smart. Now, historically, it has been proven that those who are serving the true God are smarter than those who aren't. Even the children of Israel, when they were in Babylon, the king had his special treatment for them, and some young boys, including Daniel, said, we're not going to go with that meal. They gave us plain food, and they were given an opportunity to do their religious duties, and you know what, they were many times wiser than those who were eating of the king's meat and who were, of course, of high ranking lineage. And we also see Europe was in a lot of problems, and when the Christian Reformation came on, then science and all these various arts expanded. So how now whites now are coming to say that atheists are smarter than, in other words, the status quo in the Middle Ages, which was atheistic, was bringing a dearth across the world in Europe. And when the Christian Reformation came on, people accepted God's overtures through Martin Luther's Wycliffe and these other religious reformers. And guess what? Europe took off. And we have the Renaissance and the Industrial Revolution, all these kinds of things. I look at India and Asia that continue in religions that are different from the Christian religion. They haven't had that spurt of Renaissance or new knowledge. They're taking what we have developed here in the West and just changing around a little bit here and there, and even copying outright our stuff and just using their other sap or the other smarts, whatever, and dominating the market. And so I don't think that they know what they're talking about. They're saying that intelligence. What is intelligence? This test of chronological age over the physical age and so forth is that. But an intelligence test really is not to prove what they're trying to prove. I think the test should seek to see those who have capacity, and I don't think the test can do that. How can you know who has capacity? Just recently I was thinking of a young boy who, they say his father was a genius, and they had a sperm donation, and this little boy, you could see his own way, and you could see he's possessed by the devil, his own way, he's rude, he's kicking the door to close it, and so forth. And you know what, his father, if you really check it up, his father may be just one big fat failure, but they keep telling him how he's smart in school, and they keep giving him the social promotion and giving him good grades and all that, and giving him access to certain information which the test is about, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's smart. You might be surprised to know how this guy is uncertain inside, and has he ever really achieved anything, like developed something new that he could get a Nobel Prize on and so forth. And so I don't think that the atheist could be smarter than the Christian. Look again what the scripture says. God says, when you respect him, that is God, he gives you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And since an atheist is following Satan, Satan is not interested in giving you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Look what was happening in Europe. It's God that came on and give the Christian Reformation, the Renaissance, and all these industrial revolution and management revolution, and all these things that made Europe such a great continent. So it's ironic that these folks are going to come with that thing that the atheists are smarter, and you know what, people who are atheists might be the richest in the world, But ask them if they're happy, and ask them, on the deathbed, they're going to really recant and wish they had been, Christians, because they became rich not necessarily because they're atheists, but I guess because they're atheists, but because they're scampish. They steal people's stuff. They have people in government that taking stuff from poor, unrecognized people and giving it to them, and they're killing people who are kind of like not like them and smart and so on. And so I think that they need to look at this thing carefully. The Christian will always be smarter than the atheist, because the Christian is being controlled and is working with the God of the universe, the one who made this world. And since atheism and all these other evolution, all these things came from hell, I mean, how can they be smarter than the Christian?